So my little snake is still here. It had its head down that metal pipe, probably trying to eat a spider or something. Looks like a brown snake though. I'm trying to have the best faith that it might not be a brown snake, but it looks like a little baby brown snake to me. I thought it looked green when I first saw it, but it kind of looks like a little baby brown snake. So whenever it hears my voice, it seems to wiggle its head, but I have to make sure that it's not in a psychological shock, because we do have snake guards around the house, and it might be sticking to an area that disrupts it mentally. Yes, it's trying to sneak towards me. I don't know if brown snakes lunge, but has an interest in wiggling after me, I think. But I have to make sure it's not in psychological shock, and yeah. If it is, and it does seem to have black markings on its head, so looks like it possibly be a little brown snake. And don't attack me, little brown snake. You have to move on. It's made a little cushy spot there. So I do see a marking on its head today. Either that or it's got itself sullied somehow during the night. Didn't seem to have a marking yesterday. But it's very brown, so it does look like a little baby brown snake. And whenever it looks at me, I keep my distance because it looks like it wants to lunge at me. It's enjoying its time, but it's inhibiting me from my plants. Even a baby brown snake, I'm sure, has a lethal dose of, and this is eastern brown, has a lethal dose of venom for any person. So pretty important that I don't get struck by it. So I did want to say it was a green snake before, but it does look like a brown snake. You can see something that looks like a marking on its head now, but it also just had its head down a pipe, so it might have just gotten itself dirty. But yeah, it looks pretty brown, not green. So at first I thought it had some blue on its edges, but now you can see it looks pretty brown. Eyeing me off like I'm prey. Venomous little thing. So despite the snake, how are my little plants going? I don't know. I think I see a little bit more green than usual. I put some rooting on these damned cacti. They look pretty damned. They don't look like they're going to root anytime soon, but they might come around. You never know. I noticed this one had a couple of small, disheveled looking baby bulbs, and they seem to be struggling, so I took them out and I replanted them. They look something like this in their pot, but this is, I think, a different version. This has the second one on the behind was a very deteriorated looking thing, but it's drying up. It might produce some life yet. It had a couple of tiny little baby roots on it. I hadn't put on the rooting powder because I wasn't using it when I replanted it. So I'll see how it goes. It might make a huge comeback now that it's properly placed in the soil and not buried in the soil. These plants are usually pretty hardy. You think that, they're done and they make a comeback. This one I cleared its rooting system, so the rooting system gets a little drier. These are my bulbs that I planted before I made this other transplant with these new ones. I think maybe these are the new ones, these two, and I put some rooting powder on the one that doesn't have a leaf. So I think those bulbs are the new ones that I transplanted. Can't get too close because this little baby snake is eyeing me off. Yes, you're very comfortable, but you're not welcome on that stand, are you, little snake? As soon as the rain stops, I want to move these cacti to somewhere else. They did okay here, but it's going to get so hot in the summer. I'm not sure if they'll be okay sitting there. When I last put them there, they did okay. And then I moved them to the front, and then they didn't do okay. But I don't know. I don't know what to do with them. But they're getting bigger. They're getting too big to be on the floor. They need a risen stance somehow. And yeah, they definitely need some attention. I don't know what's wrong with them. They're rotting. I'm waiting for my my leaf spray. It helps to form stronger leaves, and it's supposed to work on cactuses too. So I'm sort of waiting for my leaf spray because this looks a little terrible.